You looking for Dusty's Rum McCoy single blended 12-year Wicked Pickle.
Wicked Pickle.
I hear you might want to give these a try.
I mean, we're gonna buy them either way, but yeah. Oh, so it's everything you need, you just add the alcohol. That's pretty smart. Sounds like we're definitely going over budget for this bourbon hunt.
Yep, this is gonna be a problem.
We're only halfway through bourbon hunting Maine. It's time to go find some more bottles. Windy, a little cold, but overall, weather's holding up pretty well unless you're right on the freaking coast. But let's go see what we can find. I have forgot to keep up with what we've actually spent on this bourbon hunt, so I apologize for that. We're gonna see how good the editors are at deciphering what these bottles actually cost from the footage. But what I do know is we have not stuck to a budget, and anytime Jill goes with me, the budget goes up by at least 50% because she is just, yes, any moderate interest whatsoever, she's a buy.
It's fun to shop, whether it's bourbon or souvenirs, or it doesn't matter. Shop.
Budget goes up when Jill's with. But we got more bourbon hunting to do. Right now we are at Perks Beer and Beverage. We are very confused as to what agency liquor store means.
Because one was like, no, don't film.
Yeah, but
like, sure, film.
I thought these were like maybe state owned, but don't know. Don't know what that means. If y'all know what it means, you tell me.
These are cool.
What are they?
Craft cocktails in like a mason jar.
Oh, so it's everything you need, you just add the alcohol. That's pretty smart. Actually, I like that idea.
I like that a lot. That's really cool.
Do you just pour alcohol in there and muddle it? Does it give instructions?
You just add spirits. That's really cool.
That's smart. I like that. Jill's got ideas now.
Yes.
That will be weeded. Okay, they went with blue backlights. Fancy. Yeah, not a huge selection. You're not buying one of those?
I don't know. Should I?
I don't know. You put your own bourbon in it in the room.
Yeah, but
I don't know. Does these like big cubes just dissolve?
they have a margarita, they have a dirty little s'more, and a down and dirty mule.
A dirty little what?
S'mores.
I think most of these are probably not for a bourbon.
Probably not. All right, well, I like the idea though.
It's a good idea. Bottled and bond bourbon whiskey. Pot distilled. Single source, single season. Boston, Massachusetts. Know anything about this bully boy right here?
Just that it's from Boston.
That's all, only thing? What do you think?
Well, we're going to Boston.
We are going to Boston, but what if we don't find it? We'll look for it there. Let's look see if we can find a single barrel from them there. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it.
What is it?
Nothing.
What are you grinning at?
Nothing.
What is it?
You just, I don't know.
What?
I'm just saying, like, I'd rather buy it from somewhere who's like nice and talkative and like talks to you and
Yeah,
it's
where there's a
interesting.
good conversation.
Right,
You're
yeah.
right. I agree.
Like, I'd
I
rather
agree.
buy from
I agree. And
someone like
he
that.
wasn't rude.
No, he
was
wasn't
just
rude
wasn't.
at all. No.
He was just into his baseball game
Right,
over there.
yeah, I get it.
Yes, I agree. Had he had talked, we would have had a conversation and we'd have bought a bottle. Yes.
Exactly.
It's the holiday season here at the Gamble family home. And while that means I get a break from the craziness of this channel, it also means that we're always hosting family and friends here at the house. I literally have 7 or 8 people coming over this evening. Inevitably, that gathering's gonna end up down here in the studio or at my bar. Now, while I love sampling and trying new whiskeys with friends, I also love waking up the next day not feeling like I was hit by a truck. Thankfully, I have pre-alcohol. ZBiotics pre-alcohol drink is the world's first genetically engineered probiotic. It was invented by PhD scientists to tackle rough mornings after drinking. Now here's how it works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. It's this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for your rough next day. Pre-alcohol produces an enzyme to break this byproduct down. Just remember to make pre-alcohol your first drink of the night. Drink responsibly, and you'll feel your best tomorrow. ZBiotics is a longtime supporter of our channel, which is great because I actually use it myself, and now you can try it. Just click the link in the description or scan the QR code on the screen to get 15% off your first order plus free shipping. And ZBiotics is so confident, they offer a 100% money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. Thanks ZBiotics for continuing to sponsor our videos. Let's get back to that bourbon hunt. Next up, Bow Street Beverage.
Jack Daniels, single barrel select.
Paul John.
Indian single malt.
Rossville Union Rye. Definitely getting into a bigger selection here. You looking for Dusty's? Grummacoy single blended 12-year 4 Square Distillery. Of course, fancy scotches over here. Rare cask. And A Night on Earth. Well, they got a Sam Adams Utopia down there. Don't run into those Utopias too much. If I didn't have to fly it home, I might get it. More rare things here. All right, I'm gonna try to show y'all as much of this as I can. Mizunara barrel. What is it?
Their pick.
So their own pick, okay. They went with the low proof version, the, what was that, 94 proof? Wheel horse.
In Kentucky.
Yeah, got some stuff from Few up there.
What is this?
Noble Oak.
Yeah. I like their label. Where is this from? Kentucky? Ohio?
I think we have a bottle of Noble Oak at the house.
Newton, Ohio, I think?
Yeah, the double oak rye looks kind of interesting from them down there too. Look at that, Turkey 8 just
Just sitting there.
sitting on the shelf now. Just
But I
pretty
did
good
notice
stuff.
in the other store, it was behind the...
Yeah, I'm assuming they don't have a ton of it, so it might still be allocated, but in a store like this, there's 3 bottles of it. When this first came out, everybody was upset because you couldn't get it. It was hard to get. I went into Kentucky right after it came out, and they were just cases and cases and cases of it. And then we talked to Bruce Russell, and they mentioned that their goal was for it to be a shelf staple. And so it might be a little hard to get early, but that long term, this would be a readily available product, and it's starting to show as such. So maybe not in every store everywhere, but if you really want one, you should be able to regularly get one after the hype has died down. It's a good bottle of whiskey, but don't go pay secondary prices for it. It's just a good bottle of whiskey. Wild Turkey 101's a good bottle.
It's a big holiday up here.
Holiday's getting into 50-something states, I think, at this point. I say 50-something. Holiday's getting into all 50 states. There are not 50-something states. We haven't quite got Canada or Greenland yet.
You're so crazy.
Alfa Romeo, of course, Whistle Pig. We're getting up here in their territory.
Ooh, okay. I like this.
The Shorebird American bourbon whiskey, as if it could be a Canadian bourbon or a Mexican bourbon.
Distilled by Hard Shore Distilling Company. Distilled and bottled by them. They're here in Portland.
Well, there you go. That's a single barrel. What's the proof on it? 102. The other one's 90. So let's go with the single barrel.
Yeah.
Good find.
Thank you. That's why you keep me around.
That's the only reason I keep you around.
This one's York, Maine. The other guy over there, not the one we talked to, but the older guy, he was asking me, was this the one we got? We didn't get that one, but
It was not. The Wiggly Bridge.
The Wiggly Bridge.
Here's the thing, Jill. We do have to fly these back.
I know.
And this is just the first of 5 bourbon hunts.
I understand. You're right.
Okay.
I don't know. It's just fun to find things that we've never had.
There's a Vermont spirit right
We'll
there.
go into Vermont later. I think
It is,
we'll-
and I want to see if I can find a little higher proof
Yeah.
version of that.
What's the proof on this?
Doesn't look like much, and it doesn't look like the age is very high.
What is this? This is also matured and bottled. Oh, it's matured. So that means it's not
Distilled.
distilled here.
I mean, not technically, but yes.
I like this. This is their summer and their winter.
Aged 2 years.
And this is their renegade. Because it's a malt with, it's rebellious.
That's what it
says.
is.
It says a rebellious spirit.
Well, all right then.
What's Mad River? Is that from here?
I think this is their local stuff here, yes.
Man, so cool.
Distilled and bottled in Warren, Vermont. Lots of times with these small distilleries, what we found is they don't have enough product, typically aged product, to put out, a higher age statement, 4, 5, 6 years. But a lot of these places might have 4, 5, 6 year barrels. So sometimes you'll find a single barrel or a barrel pick that might be a little older, like this one Jill picked up. I don't know if it's, for more than 5 years. I try to look for barrel picks from these small distilleries. If I can't see something that just really interests me metric wise or optics, where it's not 2 years, like they say on the bottles, then try to look for a barrel pick. That's usually the best way to get their best whiskey and what their future is going to look like when they do have enough aged product.
This one's interesting to me because if you'd have told me it was only aged 2 years, I would have.
It's light.
It's light, but it's not as light as I would have thought.
Yeah, but you don't know what size the barrel is or anything, but like that's about what 2-year-old whiskey looks like.
Okay, I would have thought it would be lighter. We're gonna go with this one though.
I think you've done good there. That's a 5-year-old product.
There we go.
And again, what is this one? Special B, single barrel, straight bourbon whiskey, a wheated bourbon aged in American oak barrels by the sea. Batch 6, even though it's a single barrel. It's a 6-year-old product right here, barrel strength, 130 proof. Distilled and bottled by them. Jill, you missed this.
Well,
That's exactly what I'm talking about though, a single barrel.
I saw it, but I forgot about it once we moved on past Wiggly Bridge.
Liquid Riot Bottling Company. Liquid Riot, right there. That is a 6-year-old, 8-month, Four Roses single barrel strengths right here. What do we got? Ooh, 9 years, 6 months. Oh yes, oh. If I were at home, I might just have to take one of those with me. I'm not gonna fly it back, but I might have to take one of those with me if I was at home. Quite a few barrel picks here. What is it? Wicked Pickle.
Wicked Pickle.
Jill's on a pickle kick. She found spicy Miss Vicky's pickle chips on this trip.
Yes.
In Canada.
In Canada.
I hope they don't sell them in the
I
U.S.
haven't seen them.
I hope they don't sell them. More and more whiskey down this way. Gins and tequilas.
This store literally has everything. Like
It's a big
has
store.
Everything.
I'm gonna roll through the Scotch selection here real quick. Look at there. Say, oh, they're killing me with this. They're killing me with this. We went to a store. I don't even remember. I think I was in Texas. I could be wrong. Had one of these. I was like, all right, I'll pick it up in a little bit. I don't want to carry it around because big store, had to look at it. And then I just walked off and forgot to buy it. I've been looking for one since. Here it is. But now I don't want to ship it home because we got a lot to ship home already. So by ship home, I mean try to get into a checked bag. If we find it on the last day of the hunt, I might take it. But this being the first day of the hunt, probably not.
Hello. How are you? I'm well, thank you. Yourself?
Do you mind if I get a picture?
Oh, no problem, man. No problem.
That's crazy.
We're just doing a little bourbon hunt. Have you had these right here, these local
We
things?
haven't. I could get my spirit buyer out here. I'm sure he's had it.
Well, these are both single barrels, I believe, these guys here. So we like to find local stuff. I mean, we try to find rare stuff, allocated obviously good, but also things we've never seen. These seem to be distilled semi-locally, and they're older stock being single barrels.
That Shorebird, though, is definitely one of the better bourbons done in the immediate area for sure.
Awesome.
Liquid Riot.
We find that to be kind of like the closest to like a KSBW.
Okay.
The oak here in Maine, because it's so cold, it's when they run through the barrels, it's hard for a lot of that to come through on like the heat in the south, right?
Yeah.
But we found that one to be kind of truest to like a good KSBW. So, but yeah,
Interesting.
a lot of them are so, but that's definitely one of the better ones.
Okay.
That and I think the small batch they do are really good. The orange label.
How's it going?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So how is the bourbon scene here?
I'd say it's not huge, but it's growing.
Okay.
It's definitely growing. I mean, people are definitely coming in and starting to look into some of the distilleries in the area and see what they're doing. A lot of it is gin, though. It's a lot of gin and it's a lot of vodka. There's not a lot of bourbon getting made up here.
It's hard to age it up here, like you were saying,
Exactly,
right? It's
like
not
I
hard
was
to make
saying.
it, it's hard to age it.
Yeah, with the temperatures for sure. But we get a lot of people coming in, poking through that section, and we usually typically point them towards that Shorebird if they want like a real representation of a good bourbon made here in Maine.
Awesome.
Yes, sir. And I think Liquid Riot, I want to say, I think this distillery is honestly out of business and just selling through backstock.
Oh, really?
But
I hate to hear that.
But it's crazy because they're still really popular.
Yeah.
Like they went out of business, but everyone's still looking for their stuff. Like they have a Fernet that's really popular. They had an Absinthe that was really popular. So that's kind of
Where are you from?
that'll be kind of like a one and done, unique.
Like, why couldn't they make it if they're popular?
Yeah.
Maybe they just got popular after they, quit producing. So, sometimes that jump starts people into trying their stuff and finding it and liking it.
There's another distillery that just burned down a couple months ago. So like we're seeing weird stuff happen in the small like distilling scene.
Yeah.
Whether it's like not being able to keep up with ingredients or just like getting popular after you close down, or just like a weird combination of things. Like a fire, because it's really dry up here.
Yeah.
So like someone flicks a bud and your distillery like
It's gone.
it can go up like
It's a bomb. Yeah.
crazy stuff.
I hear you might want to give these a try.
I mean, we're going to buy them either way, but yeah, I mean, we can try them too.
All right, what do you want to do first?
Your choice. Dealer's choice.
We'll go with 102 before we hit the 130 proof.
That seems logical.
Try not to burn ourselves out.
First pour of the day. All right, Shorebird, single barrel, 5-year-old cask strength, I believe it was.
I think that's solid. I like that.
I mean, there's just a hint of doughiness on it, but it's not bad. It's not super strong. Kind of cinnamon graham cracker note with that.
I really like that. My only criticism would be more proof.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely got that kind of doughy note up front. A little bit of harshness in the mid palate, but for a small distiller, that's a solid option right there. That's good enough to buy and take back. So we have. I think once that opens up, lots of times those kind of doughy notes will soften up a little bit. And if that softens up on the mid palate with a little oxygen, it's going to be fantastic. This did look like, if it's not a fresh crack, if he didn't just crack that for us, it ain't been open long. Pretty solid. It is also worthy of noting that this is, before noon still on a Sunday, and the first pour of the day.
Yeah, it's not bad. They're certainly Portland's premier gin distillery, but they spent a lot of time crafting this, kind of getting this together. They got their single barrel, which is really nice, their small batch, which is really nice, but I think their single barrel kind of packs a little more punch, just a little bit more complexity.
I'm saying that this one's unique because liquid dried is essentially no longer
Yeah,
with us.
exactly. So they sold out.
They're still in business and they sold out, or?
So they are no longer in business. They sold to a company, Pennant, took over their brewery and distillery and kind of was trying to capture the cocktail market. So not well liquor, but not necessarily trying to make the most high-end stuff. But that nice like $30, $35 great cocktail kind of spirit. And they do a pretty good job with that, I'd say,
So just shifted directions.
Shifted directions, exactly. A lot of similar folks are involved from what I understand.
Michaud de Family Reserve, probably mispronouncing that, but special B, very lot B-esque on the label here.
Ooh, yeah, it's got a little bit of heat to it.
Yeah, starting to get a little more of that barrel char, raisiny note on the nose.
Very much so.
That's weird.
He likes weird.
Well, I mean, I like weird in some ways. This, if you had handed that to me, I'd have said that was a Scotch.
Yeah, for sure. You definitely get
Yeah.
that like earthiness.
Yeah, it's got a lot of earthiness to it. Yeah, good way of putting it. So this is very Scotch forward. Now, if you like a Scotch, that would actually be your kind of bourbon right there. Might have to get that for Nate too.
Nate, yeah.
That coats your tongue in a unique way too.
I actually like that.
Okay. Jill likes the Scotch forward bourbons. Yeah, it's not for me.
I think Nate would like that.
I think a Scotch drinker would absolutely love that. It's got some maltiness coming through. Yeah, there's a little chocolate maltiness with that earthiness, which makes it very much feel like a Scotch.
What's nice about Maine is it's state controlled, so the pricing stays pretty affordable, but the businesses are privately run, so we can afford a place like this and kind of have a little bit more fun with how we do everything, but they keep us from charging too much for all that nice stuff.
So how do allocations work here, though? Because that's going to be the first question, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can't mark them up.
Exactly. So they go fast when they do come
Yeah.
in. We're definitely one of the big companies that people come to looking for that stuff. We pretty much order it every day, and whenever the state gets it in, they'll send it to us. If it's something like Buffalo Trace or Blanton's or something where we kind of get a little bit more, we'll put it out in our luxury case, first come, first serve. But for some higher end stuff, like a lot of the old Fitz, or if we are lucky enough to get a birthday bourbon or something, we'll do a local raffle, usually like $5 to enter. We'll pair with a local charity. All the money will donate to that charity, and some lucky local will have a chance to purchase it. Obviously, we can't give it away because it's state controlled, but they'll at least get the chance to purchase it
at MSRP,
which is exactly at MSRP, which is more than a lot of people get the chance for. So, it's nice, and it's nice to give back to the community when we can with that too. There's a lot of great folks doing a lot of good things around here.
I think that's a cool part too, is seeing like some of the allotted stuff at these smaller
Yeah, you walk into a
places,
Big
like-
Apple and you see a shelf of Buffalo Trace sitting there.
Yeah, because I mean, it's the agency liquor licenses aren't limited to just a place like this. You can have them in a gas station, you can have them in a grocery store, you can have them in kind of like
As long as you get the license, you're good to go.
So you can find weird allocated stuff on like the bottom shelf of a gas station just because people aren't necessarily looking for it 2 hours away. They're looking to get a pint of Fireball and head home. They're not looking at seeing what's floating around out there. So I mean, you can find really cool stuff deep out here.
Now, most states in a store like this one, where you've got a big store with, you're moving a lot of product, you're going to get more allocated stuff. Is that the case in this state as well?
Generally, they certainly try to keep it as even as they can. And the state certainly likes to allocate a lot of that stuff out to bars and restaurants too, to, get people out, get the economy moving. But yeah, generally we spend, or any company that spends more will probably get a few more, but overall they do their best to keep it pretty split up. If they get a whole barrel of Buffalo Trace to the state, it's not like we're going to see 2/3 of it and then 1/3 is going to be split to everybody else.
Right.
We'll see almost just as much as most people, excluding some of the single shelf gas stations that sell liquor.
Makes sense. Well, I appreciate it. Thank y'all.
Anything else up here you're interested in?
Yeah.
I mean, we got
Might as well.
a big selection, not to.
One more
Jump
pour.
spot.
Anything you don't think we've had, so you're probably going to have to go local for that.
Okay.
Right? You're gonna have to go-
local, or I can go single barrel. I can.
Yeah.
Let's see what we've got here. Do you like Scotch?
No, not at all.
All right, good to know.
No.
We won't do Scotch.
He's not a Scotch fan.
So we've got well, it's not Scotch, it's Indian whiskey, but it's the Paul John peated.
Yeah, single malts are not my jam.
Yeah, that's all right. That's fair.
I mean, I'm finding a few I can get along with. There's only a handful of them I've had I really like, and they're usually not single malt-ish. We were looking at that one.
Yeah, we were looking at that.
Yeah, I like Wiggly Ridge. These folks are super nice. They're always coming in here and doing tastings and hanging out with us, chatting us up, making sure everything's going all right. And they're another distillery around here that does a lot of really good work. I believe all three of these, although I could be mistaken, are all bottled in Maine as well. We certainly see distilled in Maine. We certainly see some people who bring the juice in,
Right.
barrel it, blend it themselves, which I get, but it's nice to see when it's distilled in Maine as well.
What do you think of this one, Jill? Did we find one you didn't like?
I like this. No.
I didn't say I didn't like it.
You haven't said anything yet. That's what I'm
Definitely
saying.
a little lighter.
It is lighter.
Yeah,
and
a
I
little
think
floral.
Yeah. How old is that? I would say it's pretty young.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know if they actually put a statement on there.
That's definitely young. And it could be like actual years young, or it could be that it's just aged in the cold young.
Yeah,
Or
for
both.
sure.
A lot
Right.
of them taste like that.
Actually,
And
I
we
like
did
the
just come
flavor.
off of
I really like.
I mean, the flavors are
130 proof.
good. It's a little youthful, a little green, a little harsh on the palate, but not bad. I mean, it just needs 4 or 5 more years,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Time.
and it would be similar to these other two. I think we definitely need to get this one for Nate.
Yes.
Another gift for Nate right there.
Although
And
I
then
think we might need to get it for me.
you want to get those for you? Well, then you keep it. We'll get those
We'll
two
let
right
Nate try
there.
it.
Yeah,
And
we'll
if
let
he
Nate try.
really loves it, I'll give it to him
Okay.
because I like it a lot. So if he doesn't love it, then it comes with me.
Deal. You win. Whatever Jill wants, Jill gets.
Yes.
Thank y'all.
Yeah, thanks for coming in. Thanks
Awesome
for,
story.
Thanks for stepping over here with us.
How was it? Was it good?
It's pretty good. The Special B tastes a little more Scotch-esque than bourbon to me, but interesting enough, we're going to take those with us. I appreciate it. Thank y'all.
Y'all.
Yeah, thanks for coming through. Thanks for tasting with us.
Yes, sir. It's nice to meet you.
Thank y'all so much.
Appreciate y'all.
Okay,
Absolutely.
thank
We are definitely pushing the number of bottles. I'm worried about the number of bottles more than I'm worried about the budget. And I know you don't have a budget. We do try to keep the budget on these between $400 and $500 on these bourbon hunts. And I guess I miss that budget so much that you're right. We technically don't have, a big budget to handle there. There was an identical RAV4 to ours, and some guy getting out of it, and I was like, what in the world is he doing?
No, it was in your
His
car.
is cleaner.
Yeah.
His is cleaner than ours.
Ours started clean.
Barely. You got the pre-start on it?
This is a rental. We just rented it. So I was like, somebody's trying to steal our rental.
It's a good car though.
It's been great. So again, we blow the budget so much that I don't, obviously it's not that big of a deal. It does have consequences. That money does come from somewhere. But 2 of these bottles are gifts, unless Jill decides to keep the one that tastes like scotch. And gifts don't count. They don't count against the budget. So budget's good, but we're taking 3 bottles right now. And that could be a concern with 5 more hunts coming. We were about to get into the car, got recognized, some folks came up, and they asked us if we got a Stagg Junior pick out of here, because of course y'all just assume if anybody's gonna get an allocated bottle from any store in the world, it's gonna be me. We don't ask for special treatment. Sometimes we do get it, but lots of times we don't. And every time I buy an allocated bottle, folks are like, somebody in the comments is like, oh, I wonder if that ever happens to a normal person. Well, we're about to find out here how much clout I have or don't have. So he doesn't want to be on camera, but he came up, said, hey, somebody just told me they got a Stagg Junior pick here last week. We didn't get a Stagg Junior. We didn't get offered a Stagg Junior, and that's fine. I wouldn't have bought it anyway. Pretty stocked on Stagg Juniors at the house. He's gonna go in and specifically ask, see if he could come out with a Stagg Junior. What do you think your odds are? Where's your confidence level at?
Very low.
Very low, because you're not local, you don't know them. All right, let's see what you
And
get.
we failed before.
You failed before, but it's worth the try, right? You don't know if you don't ask.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, now, what's your approach? Are you just gonna go in hot and say, hey man, Stagg Junior, where's it at? Or are you gonna talk a little ways? Like, how are you going to broach the subject?
I didn't have a master strategy.
You gotta go in with a strategy.
I was gonna mention that I'd had a pick at Central Provisions and mentioned that it was it had their name on it.
Are you going to try to buy a barrel pick or something and have that in your hand to show you're a serious buyer? Or are you just going to go straight to the counter and
They have a
say,
good barrel pick, I might.
okay, I'm just let me know how it goes. We're going to wait for you.
All right.
So
All right, pick.
no luck.
No luck.
No luck. He said, what did he say?
Said he was glad we got to try it.
But they didn't have any more.
They don't have any more.
What'd you end up picking up?
Sagamore 7-year pick.
Awesome.
So,
Yeah,
hey,
nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that at all.
Good stuff. So didn't work out, didn't have it. A lot of folks think we get favoritism, and we do. Like but some stores will choose to give us stuff that they might not have given every customer. But there are stores that will choose not to give us stuff because they don't want to make their normal customers mad either. Works both ways sometimes. Sometimes the channel is a blessing, sometimes it's a curse when it comes to getting allocated bottles, but not really what we're looking for anyway, so works out. I was really hoping you were going to pull it. That would have been the funniest thing ever.
That would have been
It
wonderful.
would have made this video if you had pulled that Stagg Junior, but appreciate it, man. It's nice to meet you. Well, you hate when it happens, but it's bound to happen if you film enough stuff. Went into this liquor store, RSVP, had a great conversation, interaction with a lot of their employees, was talking to the manager, and realized that the camera was no longer rolling. And don't know what happened. It started recording, and as soon as I walk into the store, we have absolutely no footage of it. And it sucks because we had a great conversation and we found some cool stuff that you're gonna see here in just a second. But what we're gonna do is just something a little fun, a little different for this store. I reached out to the manager, said, hey, give me just a quick rundown of the store. He also has a private club in town, like a bourbon club, and give me a little breakdown of that. And then we'll jump to where I cut the camera back on. So here is RSVP in Portland, Maine.
Hey Brewzle, welcome to RSVP Discount Beverage in Portland, Maine. Here in Portland, Maine, we see a lot of visitors come through. And those who stop by the store, they're always shocked to see that we have such a good bourbon selection. We are a control state, we buy from the state, but we as independent stores act as a distribution arm for the bars and restaurants. So in terms of allocated bourbons, we have a top to bottom approach. Clearly, we want to take care of our restaurants first, and then if we have enough to push out to retail, we will. So if something comes in like a single rickhouse, we only see 3 bottles, that's gonna go to the bars. But if we have enough, we will push it out to retail. Now, when you come in the store, if you're fishing, it's okay. We're gonna try to help you out. I would say, my personal preference, come in with a specific thing in mind or have a list. Text it to me. I wanna get to know you. I wanna get to know what you're looking for, and I wanna help you out. With all the bourbon fanfare, I had this unique idea to open up a private club. That's Man and Oak. It's the largest private bottle club in New England. There's 330 lockers. Members are encouraged to bring in their own bottles, share pours, make their own cocktails, and generally socialize. The thing that we like to highlight about this club is that if you're an avid collector, you're not going through all this trouble to hunt down all these bourbons to not share it. There's a big sharing culture within those who want to collect. So we really encourage people to do that, and everyone really takes part. There's member share nights, there's theme nights where maybe we might say it's a dram day for Heaven Hill products, and everyone brings in their bottles, openly willing to share. And it's a wonderful thing. It's a really cool part about this industry. If you're coming through Portland, Maine, please stop by RSVP Discount Beverage. Let's see if we can help you out. And if you're staying the night, check out Man and Oak, reach out to us. We'd love to have you as a guest. There's a big collection of collectors here. COVID happened, and I knew there was a lot of people that were getting together, like, hey man, let's I'm gonna buy this bottle, you buy that bottle, you buy that bottle, let's get together. So we kind of pulled on that. I checked out private clubs, checked out locker clubs. Again, Maine having all these draconian rules and laws, this one actually worked in our favor. So we already had the bottle club law. No one really took advantage of it. So we're like, hey, if we do a bottle club, what are the legal ramifications behind it? How do we do it? And they're like, well, actually in Maine, if you open one up, you can't be a restaurant or a bar. So like all your Watch Hill propers and your Capital Grills and all those things, where they can have lockers and food and beverage scene. If you're in Maine, you're either a bottle club, you're a bottle club, but you can't be a food and beverage scene. You can't be a Class A, Class B, Class C restaurant. Right. So we opened knowing that that was our only source of revenue, and we had to be huge. So it's the largest by lockers. It's the largest bottle club, I think, definitely in the Northeast, but maybe the States, because I know there's Sugar Cube in St. Louis, and there's some in Chicago and other areas. But yeah, it's pretty
They
cool.
have a lot of competition though, so it's hard for them to get there's other clubs.
Right.
You dominate this scene, I would assume. Right? I haven't heard of another one.
Yeah.
So that helps you get the scale.
I would say that we're overlooked as far as being on the bourbon map, but it's a healthy bourbon scene for sure. We don't have the people to be on the big bourbon stage.
Yeah, the population to get the distribution.
Anything we get is we're lucky to get it. So sometimes we're like, oh, why don't you get enough of that? Why don't you on our numbers, some states sell more nips of Crown Apple than we do an entire portfolio. All right, so the fact that we get anything is a miracle. And it's a relationship with the suppliers and the brokers, and they're kind to us, and it's been great. So it's funny, sometimes you get the people from Indiana and some bigger states, and they're like, how do you have all this? And I think it comes down to Indiana, Michigan, Ohio, you got 6,000 stores. Right? So even though you get a higher allocation of something, maybe you get we get 10 cases that's got to be split between us, RSVP, Bow Street, Rupert's, Damon, Stompers, Global, the bigger boys. All right, so maybe there's 10 of us that you're splitting 50 cases between.
Right.
Maybe Michigan gets 500 cases, but you're splitting it 6,000 ways, and everybody gets one maybe.
Right.
So it works out in our favor being in control and being one of the bigger shops. So
Does it hurt that you're so close to Canada though, that you've got, by hurt, on the consumer side, do you have a lot of Canadians coming in trying to secure that allocation though, trying to buy those bottles? So you're selling more than you actually get distributed.
We have a lot of Canadians coming in, but not hunting.
Okay.
They're not hunting. Maybe they're not hunting here. They're coming in, but they're buying a lot of Scotch, and kind of basic Scotch at that. And I'm not saying anything about them that way or anything like that.
No, but they probably got their regular sipper, and they're just looking to come in and get it at the best price they can find
They
it.
get a lot of people from Quebec come in, and I think that's how it. I don't know. Maybe it's just the Scotch is super expensive there, and they're coming here for their daily drinkers that are cheaper.
Yep.
I think that's what it comes down to. But they're not a lot of those guys coming hunting anymore. Anything you see on the shelf that you don't see in other places?
Well, the things that have stood out to me, just having the cigar blend, this went really, really popular. It was really popular when it first came out.
Yeah. It's still
and
not
so
the first time it came in. This is the second time it came in. Now it's kind of, I think some people have had a stab at it, which is great.
I think this bottle here is maybe underrated, but the price point hurts it. The Yellowstone limited release stuff. This Project X, I don't have one of those, but I don't think I want to fly it home.
So this one is a club pick too, man and oak club pick.
Okay.
We got a nice sticker for that one too. It's fun.
Awesome.
I'll show you. You might change your mind.
The Little Book Infinite up there is kind of rare to come by these days, I think.
Yeah, that was a one and done. So.
So other than that, that's about the things that maybe I haven't seen most everywhere. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, let me get some fun stuff.
Appreciate it.
This one's another fun one too. This one's a club pick. You heard of Bar Hill Tomcat Gin?
Mm-mm.
So it's a gin in Vermont.
Okay.
They distill from honey. And then we took a Weller barrel, a foolproof barrel that
Okay.
we sold here. We gave them the barrel, and then they aged that Weller barrel-aged gin in the Weller foolproof barrel.
Nice.
Super fun one.
Gin's not my category, though. I think we heard something about that yesterday, or similar experiments. It sounds like we're definitely going over budget for this bourbon hunt, and just flying them back. It's going to be, I may end up having to cancel my flight and just drive home. It'll cost me 3 days of my life. We were supposed to try to do about 2 bottles per hunt. And how many bottles are we into so far? And sounds like that might be growing. It's got clear ice, so you can buy the cubes of ice. Independent Ice does the same thing.
Come on this way.
Yes,
You want to
sir.
talk more bourbon?
We can always talk bourbon.
Oh, I was going to show you the, I know what I was going to do. One. Oh. So with our club picks, everyone does goofy stickers and everything like that.
Right.
You can't put them on at the retail level because they'll cover up the government warning and they'll cover them up the UPC. So the way it happens here is we got to sell it, and then the moment of purchase, then those go over it. So we thought with Project X, especially being like a fun club pick, kind of like thought of, X-Men and the whole thing.
Yeah.
So we did kind of like a comic book, and there's the proof, there's everything, there's the barrel number. That's how that would look.
All right, I wanted one anyway. Just go ahead and throw it up
There
there.
you
I'll
go.
take it. You sold me on it. Appreciate it. Toss that in there. Yep, this is going to be a problem. Going to be a problem. And that's a wrap, bourbon hunting in Maine. We found more bottles than I thought we would. I really didn't think we would find that many local things, and absolutely didn't expect to find any allocated bottles whatsoever. Picked up several well thought of local distilleries and freaking Parker's Heritage and a Knob Creek 21. And again, that Parker's Heritage is not the type of whiskey I'm typically looking for, but I've had enough Parker's Heritage, especially some of the stuff like their single malt, that was actually really good. So I'm gonna pick it up if it's a Parker's, even if it's not a bourbon, just because I think it's gonna be delicious and I wanna have it to share with other folks. So excited to be able to try that one, but our bourbon hunting is not quite done, even though Maine is done, because right now, I'm in New Hampshire. Now, New Hampshire is a state-run system. I do not think that they will allow us to film with a lot of these big chains, and state-run stores are a big chain, at least in that state. It's just a value exchange, right? There's no benefit to them for you coming in to film. They don't need advertising. They got a monopoly in the state. So there's no real reason for them to allow us to film, so most don't. I'm gonna go in here and check it out, because we've got to check this off. I have to bourbon hunt this state. I'm gonna check out this one store, report back to you right now. All right, I'm back from bourbon hunting. Enormous store, as you would expect. I did buy a couple of local New Hampshire things. We picked up this Old Man of the Mountain right here, straight bourbon whiskey, bottle in bonds. And let me get the other one out of the car here. We grabbed this Cathedral Ledge bottle in bond. Both supposedly distilled here in New Hampshire. So I guess you could go ahead and mark New Hampshire off on the map as well. Had a great time, enjoyed Maine. It was a lot of fun. Great lobster, love the lobster there. I mean, lobster's good anywhere, but it was great in Maine. We've actually crossed over 800,000 subscribers. Like the million is right there, and it's not a number I ever thought was possible for this channel. So hit the subscribe button for me if you would. Help me get to that. That would be a lot of fun. We are continuing this road trip. We are going to get up to 45 different states we've hunted in by the time we're finished with this particular road trip. Headed down to Boston now. We'll see y'all in that hunt.